Hey, do you like tracer units? What am I saying? Of course you do. But you don't want to spend the money on tracer units. They're overcomplicated and don't really give you a clear instruction of how they actually work. Well, here's where this comes into play, because our friends over at T238.net have actually helped work with us to help hook you guys up with not only some great deals, but also even better trace units. So, be it, of course, from, say, the most cyberpunk of cyberpunk. Or even the most tactical of tactical rifles. T238.net has got what you're looking for. And aside from tracer units, they also make high-powered motors, be they high speed, high torque, or even anything in between. For V2s, V3s, they even have trigger units that are easy to install and just do a lot of awesome things. And the best part is, they have components that prevent them from overheating. And it's not just for airsoft. No, they also make it for gel ball and Nerf. Meaning that if your country does not allow you to have the coolness that is airsoft, then at least you have something for Nerf and gel ball. So, go down to the link down below and use the coupon code AirsoftAl and you'll get some awesome stuff. And even better stuff, be they discount codes or, of course, free shipping. But if you use the link down below, then you'll be helping us out here on the channel. So please, go down there to the link down below, use that referral link, and get some really awesome stuff. I mean this, folks. T238 has never steered me wrong, isn't going to steer you wrong. They are simple, easy to use, and easy to understand, and they're reliable. So, what are you waiting for? Go down there right now at T238.net's link down below and use coupon code AirsoftAl and get some good stuff. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host, AirsoftAl. Welcome to another Media Reviews. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a look at a Harry Potter fanfiction. Yes, I know I've been doing a lot of those, including some pitch meetings, but you gotta understand, it's kind of my bread and butter now because of just so much stupid stuff. But you know what? It's whatever. So, basically, this one is actually on a website called AO3. Before you even think about drawing a firearm on me, no, I'm heavily armed as well. So, the big thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that this one is called Ember, Potter, and the Secret of the Gems. And it is rather interesting. Is what would happen if Ember Potter, the sister to the boy who lived, her brother, of course, and her parents, basically, you know, it is definitely in the same vein as Steven Universe in the fact of it is semi-girl power, but it's more along the lines of emotions and sort of how one feels. And if you guys want to dive into any more of that, go ahead and do that. But in my perspective, it's more of the fact of a human girl gets the Steven Universe treatment and she becomes a diamond hybrid. And here's the thing. A diamond hybrid is a cool idea. And for these 23 chapters, it is a beautiful story of how this young girl who was ostracized and basically kicked out of her family not only has a new family with, of course, her Pearl and her Jasper, which are green, by the way, emerald green, by the way, but also the fact of she's not doing the stereotypical, oh, I need to follow the plot line of frickin' Harry Potter. No. Instead, it's deviating and actually doing what makes sense. And for someone of her power, which, by the way, Ravenclaw, Lady Ravenclaw, it would make sense that, yes, she does the job that should have been done. She does the sensible thing, the common sense thing. Now, another thing that the author could actually do with this is actually incorporate more of the gem lore. Kind of have some way for her to be connected to the diamonds, like actually have contact with the diamonds, or at least in some way connected with the diamonds. And this is where that larger element kind of comes into play, because again, this is basically not just, your good dose of bashing, but it also shows that her mother, Lily Potter, actually does care for her children. But of course, because Britain is, or at least magical Britain, is still somewhat of a old school nobility type deal, a lot of women in certain noble families are kind of locked down to a certain post in life. I'm not going to get into that because that is something I don't want to get into. I'm just going to move on with my general feelings about the story, because my general feeling about the story is actually really good. And a cool thing that can be done with this is when the introduction of the diamonds is actually made, when an actual general introduction is made of the gem faction, the gem empire, the gem kingdom, whatever you want to go with, whatever the author, Danny, wants to go with, magic could definitely have a play in that, because while, yes, the gems are, in a sense, aliens and extraterrestrial and do have their own thing, what can be done here is actually something much larger, something much bigger, grander, greater, because a big element of this, huge freaking element here, is that greater element. Because Danny has something here that she can do. And a good way to set that up would be, of course, how Ember could basically, either while she's sleeping or meditating or messing with her powers, somehow has a connection with one of the greater diamonds. Be it, of course, blue diamond, yellow diamond, or even white diamond. One of the three there she can make a connection with, and it basically be like a dreamscape of sorts. Not a whole thing of, it's a telepathic mental connection like one would have in a lot of science fiction, fantasy type stories where they can communicate telepathically with each other. No, it's more of essentially a mindscape of kind of like the Matrix almost, and if that's a good analogy, where it's like the loading program, where essentially it's a large white room, or maybe even just a room itself, and the diamonds are not their massive giant selves, though they're basically human-sized selves, like a maybe 7 foot tall, maybe an Amazonian type scale would probably be a good example to use. And maybe Ember Potter is there, and she kind of asks them, who are you? And again, it could be a lot of fun. Yellow could be a little bit antagonistic, a little bit questioning, because, she's a warrior type deal. Blue could be more empathetic, more emotional, connected with the emotions. White could just be intrigued and curious. Again, there's a lot of ways Danny could do this, but the big element here is that when the diamonds do find out about the fact there is a new diamond, a very young diamond, alone and scared, on a backwater planet, in a community who is very much so attempted to kill her once. Well, not really kill, in their minds, attempted to shatter once. They could freaking... You could literally have a sense of, you have this major faction coming to Earth to get one of their own out. And I mean out. And in a sense, Danny could build up the fact of Ember Potter now has to play peace negotiator, or at least in a sense, keep the diamonds, who in a sense could be seen as, her new family, more family, sisters, mothers type figures. I mean, Blue would be a good mother figure, let's face it. You give Ember Potter to Blue, she's going to freaking give her all the love she wants. You give her to Yellow, she'd basically train her to be a warrior, a general, a soldier. You give her to White Diamond, all bets are off. That's just basically I'm going to make a little mega maniacal little bastard. Shit. But, in all seriousness, though, you have a beautiful setup here. You have a great setup here. Not just for the emotional stuff, but also for the fact of, if and when you do bring in the diamonds, if and when you do bring in the massive military force they do have, you can basically just I have no words to describe the amount of insanity, chicanery you can do. But do know, I'm keeping my eye on you. I'm keeping an eye on this one, and I'm definitely going to be following the journey of Ember Potter and whether or not you bring in the diamonds. Because if you do bring in the diamonds, you can use magic to basically have it to where, you know, they themselves become hybrids, organic almost. They themselves have powers, you know, that sort of thing. Again, you can just play around with magic and have a lot of fun with that and kind of just... yeah. But in all seriousness, though, I look forward to what you do next. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al. If you want to help out, support the channel, or sponsor a review, consider checking out the links down below to either the PayPal or Cash App. Or if you want to help out the channel and get some cool stuff with it, check out, of course, our partner links down below. And down below in there as well, in the pinned comment, is the link to the story. And I fully mean it when I say you should check this one out because, legitimately, it's a good story. It's fun, and I look forward to what comes next. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and I shall see you lovely, lovely people in the next video, and I may or may not do a pitch meeting from this story, talking about Steven Universe and Harry Potter. Till next time.